So we're sitting here with Linda Thomas-Greenfield, the ambassador. Thank you so much for sitting here with me and allowing me to interview you.
Thank you.
Did you always know that you wanted to be a diplomat, and what made you pursue a career in public service?
I didn't even know what a diplomat was. So no, I did not always know that I wanted to be a diplomat. I thought when I was young I wanted to be a lawyer. That didn't work out. And then I thought I wanted to go into academics. Yeah. And that worked out for a short period. I taught at Bucknell University for a couple of years. But it was at that point that I started to think about the Foreign Service. I'd already taken the Foreign Service exam, so I ended up joining the Foreign Service in January of 1982, and that's all she wrote. It's been my life love.
So, Ambassador, what would you say is the hardest part of your job and the best part of your job?
It's going to a place like Chad where everybody is ignoring the crisis and bringing that crisis to the world and finding solutions for people. It's about making decisions that save lives and meeting people from all over the world and talking to them about issues of concern. So I just came from the General Assembly meeting, listening to the President of Ukraine, President Zelensky, talk about the devastating impact of Russia's war in Ukraine. I had the opportunity to listen at President Ramaphosa, the President of South Africa, talk about the importance of engaging with the continent of Africa. So those are things that are really extraordinary and kind of pinch me moments that I'm now feeling. But the hard part of the job is not being able to find solutions. It's not being able to find solutions to the devastating issues that people face every single day.
If you weren't a diplomat, what do you think you would be?
You know, I get asked that question all the time. You know, I'd probably be a chef. I love to cook. I like my own food. So the best meals that I ever eat are meals that I cook myself. I enjoy sharing my skills with my friends. I enjoy entertaining. So I always thought about owning, you know, in Africa, on the beach, a little restaurant that served real coffee, because sometimes in Africa you get only instant coffee. So I was gonna have real coffee and great sandwiches, just something really simple. Yeah. And watch people enjoy my skills.
One of the things that you're really focused on is hunger in the US and all around the world. So why is that a topic that's really important to you?
You know, I think it was President Biden who said, no child should go to bed hungry. If people are going to bed hungry, they can't think about things like voting and doing the things that make a difference in their lives. And I have witnessed hunger all over the world. I traveled to Somalia, a country that was on the verge of a famine. And even though they didn't actually go into famine, they lived in famine-like conditions, and hundreds of people died. I came from a poor family. I didn't really know that I was poor when I was a kid, but I always heard my father say, my kids will never go to bed hungry. And we never went to bed hungry. He worked every day to make sure that he could put a meal on the table for his kids. It was something that was important. His life achievement was to ensure that we never went to bed hungry. And knowing that I never went to bed hungry, I don't want to see any child anywhere in the world go to bed hungry.
So the UN General Assembly kicks off this week. What is that and why is that so important?
This is like the Super Bowl of the UN. Every single country from around the world sends a delegation. I think there are 140 heads of state who are here in this city right now. President Biden is here. He spoke at the General Assembly today. He talked about partnerships and how important developing and maintaining partnerships with countries are for the United States. He talked about our values, the principles of the United Nations, and how we work to achieve those principles.
So of course, we're facing so many challenges in this world. What gives you hope?
You know, you give me hope. young people give me hope. When I met with 14-year-olds from Hawaii yesterday who could speak about climate change and science and technology in ways that I can't speak about today. And as a 14-year-old, I certainly was not thinking about those kinds of issues. So when I see young people here at the United Nations, young people when I travel around the world who are engaging on global issues, I know that our future is going to be one that is hopeful. And I used to say, you are our future. Now I'm hearing young people say, and I'm also saying, you are our present. Right now, young people are leading in ways that my generation didn't lead. And so they give me so much hope that they will address some of the problems that we have not been able to resolve in our time.
I want to thank you, Ambassador, for taking the time, giving me your insights and your perspective. And I want to show you this drawing that I did during our conversation. Here you go.
Wow. Wow.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
This is for you, though. Thank you.
How do you do this?
Thank you. Lots of practice.
Isn't this great?
It's incredible.
It really is so incredible.
Thank you.